Hey guys, it's me, Miss Rodriguez, and today I am going to be showing you a simple activity to do on your microbits. So this is a good beginning activity. I know you guys have done one in the past, but today's would be a little bit more on your own. So the first thing you're going to do when you're going to get ready to do your microbit activity is you're going to get into Schoology to your STEM, where you see that rainbow to that course, and you're going to click on this yellow folder that says Microbits. When you click on that, the first thing you're going to see is a Microbit classroom. So you're going to click on the Microbit classroom. Now, yes, you can see that Microbit classroom right here, but it is going to not quite work in this area. So you'll need to do a couple of things for me. So we are going to, number one, click on this box right here with this arrow. That is going to take us to its own tab. It's going to make it bigger and it's going to make it work. Okay. If it asks you if you need to allow the cookies, yes, you may allow the cookies. Okay. So once you get into the Microbit classroom, you are starting a new project. So you're going to click on this plus sign and we are going to change the title. This is going to be my step counter. So I'm going to call it step counter. You're going to keep everything here the same. We're using maker code. We're using the blocks. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom and we're going to click on end session or start session. Start session. Okay. Once it opens up, you have two blocks here. It says on start and forever. Now, right now, you're going to notice there's no tools here because we can't start editing the code. To edit the code, you're going to click right here at the top where it says edit code. And once you see the microbit on the side, then you know you're ready to code. So we're going to make a step counter, which just basically means that when it's attached to you and you move your foot, it counts your step. So it starts out with an on start and a forever block. We're going to take out the forever block. So I'm going to drag it down here and it goes to the trash. Now, whenever you're using a step counter, you want it to start at 0. So every time you turn on the step counter, you want it to start at 0. Now, to do this, we wanted to know it's going to count the steps. So the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to go to this red tool that says variables. I'm going to click on variables. And right now, there's really nothing here except for make a variable. So I click on that, and I'm going to call my variable steps. That just means we're going to use this only when we're talking about the steps. So I push OK. And now you can see there's set steps to 0 and change steps to 1. So we want whenever we turn on the microbit when we begin, we want it to start at 0. So I'm going to take this set steps to 0. I'm going to drag it and put it on start. So that just means when I start, it will begin at 0. Now I want to go ahead and make my step counter work. So the way I want it to work is that every time this moves, because it moves with my foot, that I am going to have it make a step. So I'm going to go to input. I want it to add a step when it moves. So we're going to go to on shake, and I'm going to come and bring that here. And then I want to go back to variable. I want to put here change steps by 1. So every time I move, I shake it, it's going to add 1 step. Now, the other thing I want my microbit to do is we are going to use the lights that are on that microbit, and we want them to actually do the counting for us. So we're going to go to basic, and we're going to go to the very first one that says show number. And I'm going to put that underneath the change step. Now, it says right here, show number to 0. And obviously, I don't want my step counter to always say 0. I only want it to start at 0. So to make it change, I'm going to go back to variable. And I see this one here where it says your variable steps. And I'm going to take that and put it right here on top of the 0. So now it says show number of steps. Now we can test this before we actually hook up our microbit. So we can come here, and to test it, you just click right here where it says shake, and it pretends to shake it. So now it says 1. If I shake it again, it's 2, 3, 4. So now what we're going to do is we've got to download this onto our Microbit. So to do that, what we'll do first is we are going to get the Microbit and our USB cord. Remember, the small one goes into the Microbit right in the middle at the top, okay? Once it's in, then you plug it into your Chromebook. So give me a second to plug it in. And what we are going to do now is come down here to the bottom where it says download, and I'm going to click on these three dots. Now, if your Fitbit, or I said your Fitbit, when your Microbit has been plugged in, it's going to go automatically to what it was doing before. So you might see something funny. It might make noises. We're going to have to re-download something onto it. So I click on these three dots. I click on connect to Microbit. Mine looks like it's already connected. It may ask you to do that. Once it is connected, I'm going to click on download. You can see it's downloading, and now it's had a little check there, so I know I'm downloaded. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to plug my battery pack into it. That goes into this little white spot. And let's see. Now if I shake it, it should say 1, and then 2. Looks like it's working. So now that you have a working step counter, what you want to figure out is how can you attach this to your shoe somehow and test it out. See if it works. Let me know if you're able to count your steps using the Microbit. Thanks, guys. I will see you soon.